All right, welcome to the stream. Let me just go ahead and post a notification in Blue Sky. All right, so what I am doing today is I am building a few more rooms for what I'm calling Girl and the Synthetic Dream. Now, what you see, of course, is the Godot editor, and what I have is this tile set, which this tile set right here contains tiles for all 5 of the biomes. I had originally thought that I would be cute and make each of the 5 biomes themed around a specific thing that girls stereotypically like, because that would be in line with my old webcomic Girl Robot. However, I actually opted to do something else, and it just occurred to me that you cannot actually see the tiles, and that's okay. They're right below here. For some reason, things aren't showing like I want them to. So let's just do a quick test and see if, hey, if I start building out, will things show up? Well, that shows up on my screen, but of course it should. It's the screen where I'm building things. Well, why is it not actually showing? I was certain that I had it set up properly, but alas, it appears I did not. So let me click Godot. And okay. That is honestly very weird. Because we should be seeing a nice, neat little platform that I made. Well, darn it. That is absolutely frustrating. Okay, let's try something. Let's go to the settings. Let's try restarting the capture. Cool, that did it. So something new I learned. Okay, there we go. All right. So now that I have confirmed that the capture works, which, hot dog, that was honestly kind of a win for me, because I am incredibly bad at streaming. I just really, well, I shouldn't say bad. I am very inexperienced in streaming. But anyway, now that it works, you can see right here, this is the tile set which contains the tiles for all 5 biomes. And I've run into a few issues that I hadn't anticipated with like connecting tiles. And honestly, it's not been a bad enough issue for me to worry about it. But it doesn't look exactly as perfect as I want. But perhaps I should not focus on things being perfect. All right, let's try running the game. And I've got it set to, this is room 17. And why did it break? Hot dog. I think, yeah, okay, I know. For some reason, and I'm still working on why because I'm really not that great of a coder yet, I have a game manager, and I have to set the starting room in the game manager to be the exact same room number as the scene at which I start. I found that out when I was trying to start at a different room instead of one, so I didn't have to keep running backwards and forwards just to see the rooms I'd built to make sure they worked. So now that we're on room 17, if I start it, there we go. So this platform is right at the edge of where a girl can jump. Now, I guess my dilemma here is, if I leave it this way, it does two things. One, it tells the player that, hey, you're probably going to find a high jump at some point. But the fact that it's here may tell the player, hey, I need to go back and find a high jump, which at this point in the game, no. So it can also show the player that they can wall jump off of the edge of a platform. Now, I don't know if I want to do that because that may break the game a bit too much, but also people like to break games and that might be a treat. But if you jump up, these four light blue or teal bounding rectangles, those are my transition doors, area 2Ds that when girl hits them, they have code to send girl to the correct room. And every room has that. I just have to change the room number, so that makes it easy. But you see, if I jump up here, now girl's in room 18. The only issue is room 18 doesn't have anything. So that would be where we build. All right, where did Godot go? Well, it's been just all kinds of a neat day, hasn't it? There we go. So if we start again, just as a quick kind of sanity check, we're going to kind of backtrack. And you see that there are no enemies. I just want to make sure the room flows. The rooms flow, I mean. I am so bad at my own game, y'all. Gee, 2 big empty rooms in a row? I wonder if that's where a boss and an item would be. It'd be crazy if that were the case, wouldn't it? And also one bug I have to fix. If I just halfway jump here, girl will go into the next room, but she won't clear the area 2D on the bottom of it, so she'll fall and keep falling and won't trigger the transition back. So I have to make a full jump, and there we go. That's just something I know I need to fix. I've already written notes on it. All right. There is one enemy. That's a patrol bot. When the light cones are activated, you would see that. A little bit of background. I'm not going to add backgrounds till I get all the rooms built. And then their girl fell off the edge. All right. That's kind of annoying that I have to reopen Godot, but considering the way it operates on Mac OS X, that makes sense. All right. Now, room 18. So each of the template rooms look this way. Just all 4 bounding walls, all 4 door transitions. The door transitions are their own nodes, and of course I have them labeled left, right, top, bottom. And you see the ones on the left and ones on the right are much wider than they are tall, which in reality, when the game runs, they're much taller than they are wide. And that's just because of the way that I instance these. I have one node that instances all 4, and then I just have export variables which change the width and the height. And that's all taken care of in game. It's just in the editor, it doesn't look like it does. Oh well, not much I can do about that. Okay. Actually, there is a lot I can do about it, but nothing I'm willing to do about it because I'm kind of lazy about it at this point. All right. So now to build room 18. I have this world map that I built in Asprite, which for the longest time I pronounced it as Asaprite until I started watching YouTube videos and quickly realized I was being a doofus with the pronunciation. Anyway, Asprite, I used that to build my map. Or build out the rooms. So I've already done let's see, 17, and there's 17 right there. So on to room 18. Okay. Let me just count, make sure I didn't mess up anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I got 17. Cool, we're on to 18. All right. The biggest thing to remember for me is that I have to make sure all the doors line up. That way, when you transition from one room to the next, it's nice and smooth and it doesn't look like the world breaks. Which means this bottom door, which all my doors are 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. Each tile is 8 by 8. Each door is 4 tiles wide or 4 tiles tall. And not always, but a lot of the times I go 1, 2, 3 tiles out from the wall. So I go 1, 2, 3 tiles out from the wall. Erase those 4 tiles. And then there. So the bottom lines up. And what I need to do is I need to go to the bottom door, go to the next scene, and instead of room 16, I need to say, hey, you're going to go to room 18. All right, cool. Now, that's great and all, but there's also a top exit out of this room. So, and that one is going to be in the center. So I'm going to erase 2 tiles from the left of center, 2 tiles from the right of center. And there you go. I've got both my exits. And since that is the top door, I will label it, because I know the room it's going to go to next is room 19. Let's save it because I don't like not saving things. All right. So now I would build the platforms to get up there. And to do that, let's see, let's go back to that layer. This part is still kind of, I don't want to say trial and error, but that's the best word I can think of. This is still very much me just trying to figure out how I should space the tiles for good jumping to make sure that girl doesn't crack her head on the tiles and, fall back down. And I fully admit that this is going to take some doing for me to get better at, and that's okay. I mean, if I knew what I was doing, the game would already be done, and I wouldn't call myself an amateur game dev, would I? I'd call myself an, professional. All right. That looks kind of sort of right. It does bother me a little bit. Let's just be real. It does bother me a bit that the gap between the first and the second is much larger than the gap between the third and the fourth. I love symmetry, but you don't always get it, so let's see. First test, can I get up there? Well, I have to turn on my wall jump. I have wall jump and high jump as toggles. All right, cool. It's going to take some editing because, every time you bump your head, it does mess with the flow. And, a good Metroidvania, in my estimation, and at the end of the day, that's what this is a Metroidvania. Any good Metroidvania does need just an expert flow to it, to where, it almost feels, and this is the best way I can say it, almost feels like you're dancing through the rooms. All right, so we got room 18 done. Now on to room 19. Now 19 has 3 exits. So what I need to do is, there's no exit on the top. I need to figure out how I'm going to label these. So I'm going to go to Sprite and look at my critical path. And it says that I should go right next. All right, cool. So for right now, I'm just going to label the right door. And I'm going to label the right door, since we're on room 19. There we go. I'm going to label that 20. And then, of course, since we want to connect the bottom back to room 18, let's fix that. I don't know what number I'm going to give the exit on the left for a moment, and that's because it's a room we don't need to worry about for a while, and as soon as I build it, you will see why. Because I wanted to make a couple of branching paths, because, that's fun to do. And let's see. Okay. As I said, this right wall, nothing. I want it to be, there we go. Oops. So just one big old empty wall. And that's because this one on the left, this heretofore unnamed, which will have a name eventually, just, not now. Oop, let's erase that. Let's make that. All right. So that's our left door. And then what I'm going to do is, oh, I forgot the bottom door. Yeah, we need that. There we go. Okay, I need to pick a good tile for what I'm about to do. And I don't think I have it yet, because for the first tile set, for the first biome, I had to take the platform tile, which for the first biome were these three, and I had to rotate them and break them into three separate tiles, then take that rotation and flip it across the y-axis. And I don't know if that'll work because the top and the bottom are asymmetric on this set of platform tiles. So what I think I may do for right now, just for giggles, is that I will make a double walled tile. I don't necessarily like that. I have 18 horizontal tiles to work with. Sorry, 20 horizontal tiles to work with and 18 vertical. And 2 out of 20, I've used 10% of real estate on a Metroidvania map. That seems like that is a bit wasteful. But also, what can I do about it until I redo that tile? And then also, let's do this. Let's change it to the ones without bases. Yeah, that looks... Oops, and then this tile. Oh, I finally have use for the center tile. Sweet. Hot dog. You know what? For right now, I think that looks good. I don't know if it's fair that there's not a ledge here. And now that I think about it, let's take these. That narrows this a lot, but I think that I can live with that. Okay, cool. So let's save that. Let's go back to room 17 and see if we got that flow that we want. And of course not, because for some reason, because I tried to start the game instead of start the scene. If you are coming to this channel looking for expert game dev advice, I am incredibly sorry. That's not what you're going to get. You're going to get a dude that just is going to fumble his way through this. So let's try that again. Hot dog. All right. Enable that wall jump so we can make that jump. What the heck? Hold on. All right. So this is 17. All right, something's not lining up. And a case in point when I was literally just talking about fumbling my way through it. Okay, let's do this. All right, let's start with 17. The left door should go to 16. And if I click on door left, it's 16. Door top should go to 18. And it does. All right. Now if I go to 18, 17 and 18 line up. 18's bottom should go to 17. Ah, okay. 18's bottom went to 18. So it set up a recursive loop. There we go. Let's fix that. The top should go to 19. And it does. Sweet. 19. The bottom should go back to 18. The top, I'm not worried. There is no top. I'm not worried about the left yet, but the right should go to 20. All right, let's try all this rigmarole now, starting with room 17. Hop, hop, jump, hop, oops. Yeah, I need to fix that. I can see banging your head on that, because the tendency in Metroidvanias, at least for me, is to kind of not jump. Okay, there we go. Is to kind of not jump until I hit the very edge of the platform. Yeah, and there needs to be an overhang there. Huh, I wonder if I need this little ledge, because if you're jumping from here, you're going to land there. Yeah, for right now I'm going to leave it in. And then here, boom, I'm trapped in room 20. Cool. Let's close that. Huh, that's neat. All right. So now that brings us to room 20. All right, let me pull up Ace Sprite. So I can see how this room should be built. All right. So let's see. One, two, three, four, 5 pixels down. I mean, 5 tiles down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, cool. I erase this set of tiles. I erase this set. Oops. Add that tile. The left door, since this is room 20, the left door needs to take me back to 19. All right. And this is one of the rare ones where there's 4 different rooms. The critical path will have me go straight to the right. So that means straight to the right will be room 21. So straight to the right's room 21, okay? Now, as far as the top and bottom go, I'm not going to put those in yet, just because I really don't know what they are. And that's okay. I will figure that out when I need to. All right, so there is an exit right smack dab in the middle here, at least for right now. And that is non-critical path, and you'll see why here. Actually, you'll see why right now. Because that way is still blocked off. Nope. I like this one better there. All right, cool. Yeah, that's great. All right, so you can kind of see where that branching path is going to come from. All right, now to build the rest of this room. There is a path through the floor, and at a later date, I'm going to have to be really careful how I build the rooms under that. Or, just do it very slapdashedly and then, refine it as I realize all the mistakes I make, which is kind of my, go-to, and that's cool. All right, but anyway, the door to the right, which, did I change that to 21? I did. All right. So door to the right, I need to fix that wall. Actually, before I do that, let's make our platform. Okay. And then for this one, I'm actually going to change it up a bit. Instead of making it 3 high, I'm going to do that. And put another platform here to show, hop, skip, and a jump. Okay. Provided nothing broke, which probably did. Because you have to assume that everything's going to break the first couple of times, and that's all right. All right. Yeah, I need to work on that momentum that girl has when she goes through platforms. Yeah, I got to fix those. Okay. Look at that. I told you there'd be a mismatch. And now I don't have room 21 built, so this is going to crash it out. Yep, and it did. Awesome possum. Okay. So there was a mismatch between 19 and 20. So one, two, three, four. That's the problem. Oops. I keep forgetting to turn the eraser off. There we go. Now. I don't think that platform in the middle bottom is too low, but it doesn't really matter what I think. What matters is what happens when we test it out. So let's do that. First, save all scenes because I don't trust a thing. All right, go back to 17. All right, so 17. Yeah, I need to give girl just a little bit more momentum as she's going through vertical, as she's jumping up into a room to make sure she can clear it. All right, cool. And then I know this will crash out because I don't have that room even created yet, let alone built. So that was, we built 4 rooms, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Um, I think that's good work for someone that's not necessarily used to streaming. Um, I'll post a link to this on Blue Sky, and if there is some interest, I'll do it again. I had one viewer pop in, and of course, actually, it says I have 1 viewer total, so whoever that 1 viewer was, thank you. I appreciate that. And whoever popped in and then popped out, I hope that you liked what you saw, but I understand if you don't. Thank you. I'll see y'all next time.